Welcome into Racing to Win. It's the midweek edition as we preview Happy Valley on Wednesday night with a 9-race program. There's some open races amongst them and we'll find out all about them for you right now as we're joined in the studio for the midweek edition by Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, what can we look forward to on this Wednesday night?
Yeah, I thought race 9 was probably the best of them. Market's got Heroic Master, who hasn't done a lot wrong in his couple of runs here in Hong Kong so far, a couple of thirds and a win. And then in that race as well, Gold Baby, who's won 3 of his 4 starts this season, airborne at the moment.
He comes up in grade 2 for Francis Loy and Vincent Ho. Are there jackpots, Paul?
Yeah, there is. There's one in the 6-up win bonus, 500,000 going into that. So, yeah, not one of the bigger ones we've seen, but still a good jackpot. So, bit of money in the pool there. There's even races throughout the card. I think Janu Flash will probably come up one of the shortest.
All right, we'll have a look at his race as part of the show here. But we are going to start with our focus on Vincent Ho. Golden 60 trialled this morning, and Tom was out at track work to talk to Vincent.
2023 couldn't have got off to a better start for you on Sunday at Sha Tin. 4 winners, plus a notable achievement for yourself as well, becoming the homegrown jockey with the most wins here in Hong Kong so far, 480. Are you one to sort of, I don't know that you're one to keep records, but a nice achievement just the same?
Yeah, of course, unfortunate for Matthew that he's injured, but yeah, definitely good achievement. Of course, never keep the record, but no, you know, can't take things for granted, especially, you know, 4 wins a day. It's very hard in Hong Kong, of course, and with some luck you can do it, like, you know, but, you know, I'm for sure will take that.
What about this morning, Tuesday here at Sha Tin, Golden 60, trialled on the all-weather over 1,200 metres, a little bit of a stumble out of the gates?
Yeah, yeah, I think he come out a bit too quick, and I think we lost a shoe, so he didn't really try at the last bit, just look after him afterwards, but he feels fine, no problem at all. Probably will give him one more trial and some grass gallop as he loved to be on the turf. So yeah, we'll do that, and to slowly build him up back to where he was, and looking forward to the race.
That is the Stewards Cup. That was Galaxy Witness that won that trial under a good hold. So things not completely going to plan for Golden 60 this morning, Tom, with that stumble out of the gates, and it just went downhill a little bit after that. Yeah,
shoe come off, according to Vincent Ho there, so it wasn't ideal, but he'll be cherry ripe going forward to that good clash we've got coming up at the end of the month, Paul, where the 3 of them will meet.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I mean, the 3 superstars meeting is going to be a really good race.
It's good when you trial, have a few things wrong and still trial as well as he did today, though. Here's the record, Paul. Now, this is where Vincent versus Matthew Chadwick stands. Matthew was out injured, so I guess in a few weeks we could be doing this stat again, but flipping it around when Matthew goes back to the lead if Vincent's great form doesn't continue.
Yeah, exactly. So a good battle between the 2 of them, and we wish Matthew all the best getting back on to the races. But Vincent, look, he's riding really well at the moment. That ride on Super Sunny Sing was very good in the last, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and he's what he's done across the last 4 meetings, 9 winners, 4 of them, of course, coming on Sunday afternoon. A handful of placings there as well, with a win rate of 25%, and he's got some good rides coming up Wednesday night, Paul. Legion of Mirror, I thought, trialled up relatively well coming into this. June Planet is a newcomer who's trialled well on the frustrating Yellowfin.
Yeah, drawn wide again, Yellowfin, hasn't he? But I like, and Pacici, I think, is going to run a good race fresh as well. All beauty, and of course, Gold Baby, one of the main chances in the last.
That is Vincent Ho, and the leading homegrown rider currently in Hong Kong with 480 wins, courtesy that 4-timer on Sunday. Now to Wednesday, we've got a scratching to pass on. Race 1, number 8, Mr. Arm, has been replaced by Regency Master with Hugh Bowman. So that is the only change as far as horse withdrawals go. The meeting details for this week, being a 9-race card, it's a usual 6:45 kick-off, and the A course is in use. Meeting number 33 for the season. There's the race list and the 2 races we focus on. Race 7, the Class 4 over the 1,000, which is pretty competitive, and race number 9, the Class 3 over the 1,200 metres. But we just start with race number 4, Amazing Rocky, having his first start since the 23rd of November. He carries an extra £5 after that win, and he has had a trial since. Fabulous 8 comes up with a wide draw again. Juno Flash has his best draw in what will be start number 4 this week. Circuit 7 carries £14 less with Angus Chung's claim. Regency Star first up has had the 3 trials. Pachisi, having his first start, has had the 3 trials. One for all certainly on the improve, and Universal Crown right down the bottom has his best form in Class 5. He's actually eligible for the top of Class 5, but going around with the lightweight. 1,000 metres here, Tom. Speed good, and we've got Amazing Rocky going forward. The other horse that likes to lead is Circuit 7, but his starts have been certainly not as fast as they used to be.
Yeah, well, he stumbled a couple of runs ago, Mark, and then he got squeezed up last time out and got a long way back, but he was still able to run on it to the end. But Amazing Rocky certainly likes to lead. Sergeant Pepper has drawn it nicely this time round. Paul and Barry, number 3. Modest Gentleman, who's got no form to speak of. He was actually a bit closer last time out, and this time round he's got barrier 2 compared to 12.
Yeah, so you might try and sort of get into a trailing position or something. Yeah, Circuit 7 could get across, but he might just have to work. I thought Juno Flash will get a perfect run. Fairbow won't be too far away, and One for All should get a nice run.
He was quite heady last start, Fairbow.
Yeah, he was.
All right, so perhaps he might just push up there. We can find out from the man that puts all of the polish on Fairbow, because Tom spoke to Pierrong this morning.
Pierre, Fairbow picked up a win last start, the first for your stable. How did you rate the winning performance? Because he'd been pretty consistent prior.
Yes, he's been pretty consistent after the break, after his surgery as well. He's just performing better and better. And last time was quite surprised that he got into the front, and he still continues on because he usually chases horse from behind the pace. So I was quite happy with his last time performance and looking forward to this performance as well.
You threw a set of blinkers at him first up this season, and they've kept him on. What was sort of the theory behind that, and do you think they've worked?
I think he used to run at 1,200 metres, and so when I dropped him down back to 1,000, I just need the blinkers to keep his pace on. So it did really help.
Is he purely a Happy Valley 1,000 metre horse, or does he have a few more strings to his bow than just that?
I think at this moment he showed me that he's the best is 1,000, but later on we'll try something else.
He's only got an extra £2 to carry Wednesday night. Is that going to be a concern at all?
Not at all.
Another winner over the weekend for you, taking your tally to 19 for the season with the Happy Fat Cat, very consistent on the placings as well. Could you ever have dreamt in your rookie season that you would have got off to a start like this?
I'll be always looking for higher performance, to be honest. But I try to meet my standard, but it hasn't been yet, so I have to keep fighting.
Must be high standards. 19 wins is a damn good start, Tom.
It certainly is. All credit to him, though. He's done a fantastic job, but he's obviously got the benchmark pretty high, Paul.
He has, hasn't he? He's had some good horses, but they've produced, and some of the lesser ones coming through have produced as well.
It's a shame the stable lost Lucky Patch as well going into International Week.
Absolutely. He's done a great job, has Pierre. We move on to our first replay, and we've got Circuit 7 here, Paul. This is going back to November because this is the last run for Amazing Rocky. He beat home Circuit 7, Fairbow, Fabulous 8 and Modest Gentleman here.
Yes, Amazing Rocky's won off 54, 55. He has to do it off a rating of 60, so he's going to put in a career best type performance. But he's drawn nicely in barrier number 1, and he did win well here. Circuit 7, look, I can't put him in because he's just a little bit dodgy at the start.
Yeah, he certainly has been recently. I think he had a genuine excuse last time out because he got cleaned up at the start. I do worry about Amazing Rocky. He's a big price in the market though, but £135 this time round does concern me a little, even though he's got barrier 1.
He has had a trial, Tom, and it was up at Chungfa. Here it is. He runs second. It's over the 1,200 metres. And there he is on the inside. In fact, this might be a 1,000-metre back straight trial here.
Yeah, so he's up on the pace here. I think the horse next to him is Plenty, who's also going around on the card, but hasn't done a lot in that one run. He tanked along pretty well up on the pace here, and he was just headed over the final stages. So the trial wasn't too bad. I thought he's got Hugh Bowman on board. Hugh's riding exceptionally well at the present, but yeah, it was just the the weight, and he is just a two-time winner from his 19 starts, Paul. There were a couple of things that just worried me a little.
No, I agree with you totally. I put him in on a very minor line, on a fourth line, Amazing Rocky, just because of purely that draw, and he's going to be in the right place.
All right, Benno Young trained Simhu Bowman, who was on Juno Flash last time, switches across to Amazing Rocky. Does race pretty well fresh too. 4 starts for 4 placings as they go to the post down the back straight at Chung Fa. We head to a while ago now, Paul. He's had 3 starts after this Sergeant Pepper, but he does struggle in Class 3. This is his last outing in Class 4.
Yeah, and look, he can race well here in Class 4. He's drawn nicely, barrier number 3 with Karis aboard. So look, he's going to put himself into the race as well, and this is the right distance from him, the 1,000 metres. Again, I think it's quite a tough field. He's going to carry 134 himself, so he didn't quite make it.
No, he doesn't make it in for me either. I know he has 1 course and distance and he is back in grade, but he's only a one-time winner from 19 starts. He hasn't really built up a real consistent profile as yet.
Pachisi is one of the first starters at the meeting. Tom, he has had the 3 trials, the most recent of them around Happy Valley, behind Nervous Witness, and Vincent Ho rides for Jamie Richards.
Yeah, look, he was a little bit slow away in his last trial, but he'd mustered some earlier speed after that to go and settle into 4th placing. I thought he stayed on okay in this barrier trial. He trialled up in New Zealand 3 times at Ellerslie, Ruakaka and Taupo with Chad Ormsby, and he did win a trial 2-back Paul over Flying High, who ran 2nd, and he's been racing well.
He's only 992 pounds. He's only a little chap, so he's well placed, I think, here at Happy Valley. And Pachisi, if you're wondering, is the national board game of India. It's a game like Ludo.
Is it? You've done your research.
You're an encyclopedia.
So, did the board game get in?
He got in. I put him in on a minor line here. I'm going to go with Janu Flash though. Look, we saw him in that interview. Janu Flash flashing home there for 2nd. I think he's ready to win from barrier number 5. Fairbow, who did beat him last time, I think that can be the same. Quinella, Pachisi in there for 3rd, and Amazing Rocky on a very minor line. 4, 7, 8, and 1.
Yeah, I do like Janu Flash in this race as well. Ran a good ran a good race, I thought, last time out behind Fairbow, and rallied strongly wider after having a wide passage in transit. So he's on top. And a throw in Regency Star. He's won a 48 and 52. He's never gone too well first up. He's had surgery for an epiglottic entrapment, and he ran 3rd in a trial behind Excellent Fighter, and we know what Excellent Fighter did on debut. I didn't mind Regency Star in a few runs last season. Fairbow goes in, and Pachisi as well, the 3-year-old by Per Encanto. 4, 6, 7 and 8.
That is race number 7. We're going to take a break here so you can go and play some Pachisi. Paul can tell us about the rules of Kabaddi, another Indian game, during the break, and we'll come back with race number 9 right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win, the first of 2 shows for this week as we look at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Seen race 7 before the break. Now it's time to have a look at race number 9. It's a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres. Beauty Charge makes his Happy Valley debut. He did trial well prior to his race debut here in Hong Kong at Happy Valley. Nakoni County beaten favourite last time. Namjong Sings is on a 7-day backup. Happy Sharing has the tongue tie coming off. Lord Thunder, crossover noseband and tongue tie removed. Cheek pieces go on. Gold Baby comes into Class 3 for the first time. And Golden Link, when his best ever race at Happy Valley last start, it was massive, but we'll see if he can do it again. Race of the night here, Tom, and looking at the speed, it's anticipated to be good.
Yeah, it should be, with Happy Sharing in the race, although he's been a little bit disappointing his last couple, Happy Sharing, but he is dropping quite a bit in weight here with Angus Chung going on board. I think Summit Cheers is getting very close to that class drop-off 61 with Dylan Moe. And Lord Thunder, they've taken the crossover noseband off, Paul, and the tongue tie also coming off, and he's going to have to come across from 12.
Yeah, so does Summit Cheers. He's got a wide draw in Namjong Singh. So one of those 3 could be the odd sock out here and end up wide. And I thought it might have been Namjong Singh's. Beauty Charge can get a nice run. Heroic Master, likewise. Gold Baby, who'll be one of the favourites. Another one that should get a nice run. And we've seen the Coney County go back. He just needs luck because he goes back and he generally runs on, doesn't he?
He sure does. He's got a wide draw 2 of barrier number 9 this week, does Nakoni County. But Gold Baby, hasn't he been a find since he's moved across to Happy Valley? And his rider is Vincent Ho.
Gold Baby lining up in the final race, a horse you've developed a great association with. He's won 3 of his 4 starts this season. How have you been really impressed with what he's done this campaign?
Yeah, you know, his improvement surprised us for sure. Yeah, first time Class 3 with, you know, lighter weight might help. So hopefully he can produce that turn of foot again.
What do you think sort of has been the turning point in this horse's career? Because the vets here at the Jockey Club have done obviously a very good job with him.
Yeah.
Has that been part of the success, or has there been more behind the scenes as well?
I think everything. Of course, the vet did a really good job. He used to have, breathing problem, but now it's been pretty clean and consistent. So yeah.
He seems to be that sort of get back, run on type. Is that the only thing he's really capable of, is having that right speed on to run on from the back, or could maybe he, in time, race a bit handier?
Yeah, I think he enjoys that, and he doesn't like to hassle early. Basically where he's comfy is fine. It doesn't have to be too far back, but he doesn't like to be pushed earlier. He will build up himself at a corner and have a good turn of foot when he's balanced up. Yeah.
Vincent Ho on Gold Baby. His opposition include Tom Beauty Charge. Now this is at Sha Tin last time. There he is in the beauty colours on the outside. He runs second here behind Capital Legend.
He had to cover a bit of ground in this run too, did Beauty Charge. He was on the second line, 3 wide. He had to cover in the run there, but did have to cover that ground throughout, and he was only really headed late, and he loomed up here, and he was travelling okay at this point, Paul, so I thought there was plenty of merit in the run here. Capital Legend was good on debut.
He was, wasn't he? And it was a bit of a bunch finish, but I know what you're saying. I've included him. Beauty Charge, he's trialled well at Happy Valley. He hasn't raced there under race conditions, but trialled well. He did go up 2 rating points for this. He was second off 74 there. He's up to 76.
We've got Heroic Master here, Paul. He's on the outside. He steps up in trip for the first time. And Summit Cheers here on the inside. It's supposed to be a mountain. At the moment, he's down here, but he'd rather be up here towards the summit.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you did there. With Summit Cheers, I'd rather see him down the straight 1,000, down a grade for him. But Heroic Master, look, he's had 3 runs in Hong Kong. They've all been good. He was 3 wide on debut and stayed on, then won really nicely. And this run here, where he was wide once again, finished off strongly. So, look, I think he's one of the leading chances.
Yeah, and he wasn't the quickest away in that run last time out. A little bit keen in the run, kept on okay. Summit Cheers, I think, is looking for something easier.
We head back to the trials now, Tom. So he has been seen since that last start, Heroic Master. This is at Happy Valley also, and Brilliant Life, who was placed on the weekend, comes out of this trial.
Yeah, it's interesting. They do step him up to 1,200 metres now, Heroic Master, but he was under a good hold here next to Regency Star. Brilliant Life there on the inside, the horse that's there, as well as June Planet and the Gold. He's going around in one of the earlier races, but nice bit of work there from him at the end, Paul.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was just like a good maintenance trial for him, and he finished off nicely. So the horse is in really good nick at the moment.
As you can see by that graphic, all starts at Happy Valley. 3 starts for a win, a couple of placings, and Zach 1 ride for 1 win. Our next replay only feels like last week, Paul, because it's Nem Jong Sing's. There he is on the inside. He has backed up once in 7 days in his career so far of 40 starts. He ran 5th on the backup.
Yeah, Hugh Bowman aboard here. He's got Matthew Poon jumping aboard, but he's drawn awkwardly in barrier number 10. I just think he's either going to be caught wide, or they're going to have to ride him a little bit differently and to the back, so I didn't include him.
Yeah, I'm not overly keen on him either from that sort of stall, and it's a little bit one-paced, I thought, there over the final stages. Consistent enough type, but not from barrier 10.
What about Our Lucky Glory, Tom? He doesn't go bad races on occasions, and Cobefield's really mixing his form. Some weeks he looks like a certain next start winner. Other weeks he finishes down the track. It's just which one gets on the float.
Yeah, well, he was very ordinary away from the start last time out, Copefield. Lost a lot of ground, stayed on the fence here, as you can see, and actually finished off okay. So had he jumped, I think he might have been that bit closer, Copefield. Our Lucky Glory, last couple of runs have been okay. Paul beaten a length behind Beauty Tycoon. He's drawn a little awkwardly as well in barrier 8. He had 5 last time.
Yeah, look, I haven't included him, but I have included Copefield because I just like the way he finished off that race.
Back to the Happy Valley trials here, Paul, and we've got Lord Thunder. He comes to the Valley for his first appearance on race night. What did you make of this trial? That's Saquon in front and Straight Aaron, who was really disappointing on the weekend.
Yeah, look, they're experimenting a bit, I think, with this horse. The cross noseband, the cheek pieces go on, the tongue toe will come off. He's drawn in barrier 12, but there's nothing wrong with the trial. I mean, he was held together nicely coming down. But his race form, I mean, he hasn't had the best of draws. Well, he had a good draw last time, but look, I'm not sure with him this season.
I'm not really sure where he's at the moment, so to be honest. A lot of gear changes, so they're tinkering with things, but not here from barrier 12.
You've been a Heroic Master fan right along, Paul.
Yeah, sticking fat with the ship here. He's on top, Heroic Master. Gold Baby, obviously the one hardest to beat. Cofield runs second off this rating before, and Beauty Charge, good run from him last time. 3, 9, 5 and 1.
Same four numbers, just a slightly different order for third and fourth, but on top Heroic Master to beat Gold Baby. Beauty Charge certainly goes in. One nicely at Sharton, 3 back into Cofield. Hopefully he can jump away cleanly because he's got a good draw to work with, barrier 4. 3, 9, 1 and 5.
That is races 7 and 9 ticked off here on Racing to Win, but there's plenty of other racing, Paul.
Yeah, I like Charizard in race 1. I think he's a well-rated horse and he's got a good draw, as has Alloy King. They're both one of high ratings. Villafon's been downgraded. Young Life Forever, bit of a query at the distance, but has trolled a lot better. Glory Bobo, I think, will get his opportunity. Above all, he's drawn nicely, so he'll get his opportunity. And also E-Legend with a lightweight. They're the ones I like in the other races.
You can find out all about those races on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. It's a bit like a Price is Right game, that isn't it? Just pick which one is the best of those, Paul.
Yeah, and it's going to be the one we've talked about, Heroic Master. I think he can beat Gold Baby. Interesting to see who does start favourite between the two of them, but he's favourite at the moment, Heroic Master. So he's the best, and we'll make the each way play Young Life Forever. He'll be a double figure price. The only query with him is that the distance, I think. He's stepping up to 1650 for the first time. And we'll do the play earlier in the card there in race 3 with Villafon. 18 Palms is a debut runner, and the Grey Legion of Merit. QQP 147.
I thought that in race 5, that Act of Faith could win again. It's not an overly strong race, I thought. He's drawn out wide, but I think he could be good enough here this time round again. Act of Faith, race 5, number 1 for John Size and Zach Purton. The value in race 6, the following race, Wind and Grass, who has been downgraded. Ran okay 2 starts ago, but he's won off 73, 68 and 80 in the part. He's down to a rating of 59 now for Jamie Richards. And the play in the last with those 3, 1, 3 and 9, Beauty Charge, Heroic Master and Gold Baby.
He's going to be short, but he's going to be very hard to beat. Race 7, number 4, Juno Flash, Zach Purton for John Size. 3 starts for a second and a fourth. He's raced without a whole lot of luck in the short time that he's been here in Hong Kong. Best draw so far, barrier number 5. If he can get a bit of an economical trip, he will be very hard to beat. Race 9, number 11, a Stormtrooper is the long shot. He gets in with 118 pounds on his back, around a month between runs, so that should suit him well. And the play, race 7, Amazing Rocky from the draw, Juno Flash, and the last start winner, Fairbow, 1, 4 and 7 in a QQP. So they are the best, the long shots and the play for Wednesday night. Then back on the weekend, Tom, to Sha Tin we go. Another 11 races coming up.
Yeah, we do, and there's something for everyone, Mark. There's, of course, the Group 3 Bohemia Sprint Trophy. Good to see a full field there. A Class 1 race on the all-weather as well. And the possibles and probables, Paul, for the 4-year-old series.
Looks that way, doesn't it? It'll be interesting to see them sort of up against each other in that restricted race as well.
It's still pretty open, isn't it, the 4-year-old series? No one's really put their hand up yet.
Oh, yeah, a couple are getting that way, but we'll see closer to the time.
We will indeed. But we'll see you at Happy Valley for the first of 9 races at 6:45 Wednesday.